Thanks so much for joining us for Denver 7 News this Saturday morning. I'm Micah Smith. We're following breaking international news this hour. Top Ukrainian military officials are now seeking safety in a bomb shelter after coming under a shelling attack during a tour of the eastern border. Here's what we know about the situation so far. As of this morning, 40 to 50% of Russia's troops are in attack positions near the border of Ukraine. Russian-backed separatists in eastern Ukraine called for a mass evacuation of the area on Friday. Those Russian separatists claim that Ukrainian forces were about to attack, but Western officials say this was just an attempt for Russia to create a reason to invade Ukraine. According to President Biden, about 190,000 Russian troops are stationed along the Ukrainian border and inside two pro-Moscow regions. Russian officials said the country's military would conduct military drills this weekend, which included firing missiles. Vice President Kamala Harris is in Germany this morning, meeting with Ukrainian and German leaders. In a tweet, she said, in part, "Let me be clear. I can say with absolute certainty, if Russia further invades Ukraine, the United States, together with our allies and partners, will impose significant and unprecedented economic costs." Here's part of Harris's opening remarks to the leaders of Ukraine.
However, if Russia takes aggressive action against Ukraine, we are prepared to implement and to do that work in a unified way with our allies around the world. Any threats to your country, we take seriously, and we have rallied our allies and our partners to speak with one voice, and those voices have been reflected throughout the course of these last couple of days and before.
I know the question on a lot of minds lately is, why should I, here in Colorado, care? Experts say everyday Americans are going to feel the first impact of this conflict in their bank accounts. If you think prices at the pump are high now, just wait. Russia is a major exporter of oil and natural gas. CNN says a Russian invasion means gas prices will likely soar. Another reason federal officials are worried is this message, the message that this move sends to other countries, such as China, where leaders have shown interest in Taiwan. Now, here at home, Coloradans are expressing their opinions on the conflict. Today, the group Ukrainians for Colorado is hosting a peaceful demonstration at the Capitol in Denver. It starts at 11 a.m., and the group says they're focusing on their unity and do not condone the aggression from Russia. All right, and Lisa, time now 9:02. Beautiful start to the morning, but a little bit chilly.
It is. It's a little chilly. Nothing like what we're going to see next week, though. So this is actually pretty warm compared to some of the overnight lows. Today, though, beautiful. And for the next couple of days, we're going to see blue skies. Gorgeous shot there of Longs Peak at Rocky Mountain National Park. Some sunshine statewide, and you can see just how clear our skies are. So get ready for a lot of melting this afternoon. We're right now in the mid to upper 30s, and on our wake-up forecast, we'll get into the low 40s here by about 10 o'clock, so within the next hour. And then upper 40s by lunch, hitting highs today right around 55 to near 57 in Denver. Right around 50 to the north near Fort Collins and Longmont. You're going to find up and through the mountains, 30s today, and sunshine. So statewide, some really pretty weather here this next couple of days. The winds will pick up at times, especially in the foothills and mountains. We'll take a look at that coming up. Plus this next cold front. It hits Monday, and then beyond that, it gets really cold. I'll show you all those details, Micah, here on our Super 7 Day in just a few minutes.
Not looking forward to that, Lisa. Nearly 2 months after the Marshall Fire, neighbors continue their call for a sense of urgency from local leaders. We've compared the recovery timelines between the Marshall Fire and the Waldo Fire down in Colorado Springs. And as our Christian Lopez joins us now, residents in Boulder County are asking for the cleanup process to speed up.
The group is very inspired by what residents in Colorado Springs did after the Waldo Canyon fire back in 2012, that now they're looking at doing something similar and really coming together to help speed that process up. The group Superior Rising has officially filed for nonprofit status, and the group's co-founder Neil Shaw and other people meet on a regular basis. Their goal is to help speed up recovery. Superior Rising is modeling itself after the group Colorado Springs Together, which Denver 7 featured this week. Colorado Springs Together managed to get new homes fully rebuilt just 11 months after the Waldo Canyon fire in 2012.
I look at Colorado Springs and their timelines for removing debris after 15 days. We're at day 45. We've only issued 3 permits to homeowners to remove their own debris. That's unacceptable.
Neighbors are going to help neighbors through this thing.
A big concern the group does have is that recovery will take so long that people will not want to rebuild and will end up moving to a different area. Right now, the group is helping with debris removal and with insurance, but in the future, they also want to focus on building more fire-resistant homes. I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
All right, thank you, Christian. In the meantime, Boulder County has extended its deadline for homeowners to take part in its debris removal program. That deadline was originally scheduled for midnight last night. It will now be midnight next Friday. People wanting to sign up for the program will need to complete a right of entry form. Those can be found on Boulder County's website. The Small Business Administration says it's now approved more than $75 million in disaster recovery loans for those impacted by the Marshall Fire. More than $71 million has been approved for homeowners and renters. Another $4 million has been given to businesses and private nonprofits. The SBA says the deadline for applying for physical disaster loans is March 1st. A fundraiser will be held today to help those who lost everything. Over the past several weeks, local sheriff's departments and Lucero's Tavern have been gathering essential items like clothing and toiletries for wildfire victims. Those items will be distributed this afternoon from 1 to 5 at Fraternal Order of Police Lodge in Westminster. Yard signs are popping up across Denver, promising an auction with a chance to bid on luxury items. But is it real? The company behind it says so. Those who have attended in the past say otherwise. Denver 7's Patrick Perez works to get to the bottom of this.
These blue signs scattered throughout Denver's Central Park neighborhood offer a rare opportunity, a chance to bid on items from a divorce settlement like a Ferrari, Rolexes, even Picasso paintings. Flyers sent through the mail offer the same promise, a forced auction taking place this Sunday at the Doubletree in Greenwood Village. If you're experiencing deja vu, it's because signs like these have popped up before in Denver and across the country. Here's one from 2019, and just last year in Maryland, a TV station found this flyer with nearly the same verbiage as the ones we found in Central Park. The ones here appear to link back to a company called Heritage Estate Solutions. Its website has no information about its location or who owns it, but it does have some snazzy videos of items supposedly up for auction. Who.is shows it was registered in Virginia in 2019. The only contact information for the company is an email, which we reached out to. We're still waiting for a response. We also called the number on the signs we saw.
I'm with Denver 7 here in Denver, trying to get some information about this auction happening this weekend.
The woman on the other line with the auction department says it's not a scam and that they do have a hotel space booked. An employee at this Doubletree confirms to Denver 7 there is an auction event happening this Sunday. But what items will really be sold there is a mystery.
If you can't figure out who the seller is, who's doing the auction, that should raise some questions for you.
Edith Parrish-Kohler is the owner and president of Colorado Premier Realty and Auction Services. She says most auctioneers won't advertise using yard signs like these.
We've never done that.
And however else they do advertise, they make sure you know exactly who they are and what they're selling.
We are all about identification, brand identification, and having our name visible and readily accessible.
It's on you, she says, to find out if the auction company is legitimate. And if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Patrick Perez, Denver 7.
The Colorado Secretary of State says Heritage Estate Solutions is not registered to do business here. Greenwood Village, where the auction is supposed to happen, says it has no record of the company, which means it can't collect any sales tax on their auction sales. If you're in need of giving your home a refresh, one nonprofit is helping those in need with their Paint-a-thon, how you can qualify. Plus, how hundreds of acres in northern Colorado are going to be protected in the future.